Hey, yo, what's good? You know what it is. Yo, back with another episode of No More Timeouts. You know you rock with your boy Rosh. My man JJ. We back, boy.
We
Episode
back,
6.
bro. What's up,
We
man?
back.
You good?
Hey man, honestly, I'm good. I'm in a good headspace. Had a little chill weekend. Didn't do much, but watch my prediction roll through.
Yeah. We definitely got to start there. The fight that we were both looking forward to. A lot of people was looking forward to this fight. These are two of the best of like this generation, to be honest with you.
Yep.
And you had Crawford. I had Spence. What was your thoughts? TKO 9th round. What's your thoughts on the fight overall?
All right, first of all, we gonna start it off like this. And all my people who know it, when this video come out, I need them comments to be dropped. I called it. 9th round, TKO. I called it. And I'm not saying that to boast. I'm saying that because I know Bud. I've been watching Bud for years. I've been watching him develop. I've been watching him grow. I've been watching him turn into the fighter that we know. And I can say, and I said this when we talked about it the first time, since Spence got in that accident, he just ain't been the same, and it was apparent. He looked like his feet was stuck in the mud. He couldn't contend with the power. Of course, I think the drop down to 140 had a lot to do for it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a serious weight cut for a person who fights at 147.
Yeah.
But it was where it was at. A lot of people were saying Spence was the A side, but we all knew that was a lie since Jump Street. Bud is the man. He's been the man. Nobody wants to fight him, and it's apparent to see why. If you've watched all his fights over the years, he can adapt to any fighter situation, any type of fight. He's very, very multifaceted, and which I've always respected him. I will say this. Spence did not look the same. He looked very tired. He looked very out of it before the fight even started. Even at the weigh-ins, you can just kind of see in his face. I think the 147 just wasn't for him. And it sucks that he's calling for the rematch so fast, because I don't think 147 is going to be it. It's just not. I mean, 140, it's just not. He's just pretty much setting himself up for another loss.
Yeah.
If I was him,
I'm not sure though. But I'm not sure if 147 makes sense. Like I even saw on his Instagram, he said, "Let's do it again at 154." But I was expecting a better performance from him, to be honest with you. I did want Spence to win, but I expected it to be a better, kind of back and forth. But it was domination like the whole time. But yeah, bro.
So I was at a party.
Yeah.
And the whole party was Spence. It was me and like 3 other people.
Yeah.
I was, I was drunk by this time. You could hear me down the street. This shit is over. in the second round.
The first knockdown. I knew. Yeah. I was like, oh no. Yeah. Like this don't look good.
Yeah, because he hit him with a straight. It wasn't even like it was a 1-2 combo, and the Spence we know could take that. But if you watch boxing and you know boxing and you watch Spence, he gets hurt very easy. He does not have a solid of a chin. He usually outpunches the punchers. He usually wins in that way. His defense was not on point. He was not stepping around. His feet were not moving. It just didn't look right. It sucks. It was off. But at this point, I feel like what he needs to do, fight's over, you got the bag. Stick to 154 and 147. Just go try to dominate over there and do that if you want your career to continue. Because I feel like if he does this fight again, it's a wrap. It's really a wrap. And it's going to diminish everything that he's done in his career.
Yeah, I don't even think he, to be honest, it was such a bad loss. Like, I don't even think we should ask for a rematch. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we should just move on and let Crawford fight somebody else. Like, we wanted this fight, we got it. It doesn't look like it was close enough to even say, like, okay, let's see this again. Like, I don't think I need to see that again.
He beat him down. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Bud has been one of my favorites, even when Floyd was out, because Bud was fighting when Floyd was out there fighting. And I've always said I see Bud being the future. Bud being the person that's going to step into the Floyd role as the greatest in pound for pound and really take over. He's built for this. The way he is, the way he trains, the way he fights. He has a great style, and he has power, and he has speed. He has the mix of both, and he plays great defense. But the funniest thing about that fight, I don't know if you see on Twitter the day before on the weigh-in, just gotta go off subject, where Caleb Plant slapped the dog shit out of Jamil Charlo.
I saw that. What was that about?
I honestly, I was trying to do more dive research into it. I'm not 100% sure. Honestly, I think it has to do with the Charlo brother. The Charlo twins talk a lot of shit, especially the younger one. They talk a lot of shit, and I'm pretty sure him getting the Canelo fight, and then that played in. He probably said some shit about Caleb losing and that type of stuff. So, at the end of the day, Plant. One thing I love about Plant is he ain't no sucker, and he's one of those. You talk to me wrong, I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth. Because remember he tried to. Yeah, he got him. Because remember he tried to slap Canelo and they a little way and Canelo slipped it. So but the foot. But
I was gonna ask though, what do you think is next for Crawford? Do you think that's a fight that he wants, or where do you think he goes from here?
The funniest thing is now everybody want to call him out for trying to get the bag. Like,
I saw Thurman today. Yeah, Thurman was talking.
Yeah, you seen that, right? With his lisp. I can't stand listening to that boy talk, bro. I'm sorry, man. I know I just can't. I never thought Keith Thurman was that nice anyway. He was a one punch pony to me forever. But now it's one of those things where I don't know. And I really just feel like he should just take the Floyd route, get the bag, pick who he wants at this point because he proves he can beat everybody, and just get the bag, get the big names, who's ever coming up at the time, and go from there. I would definitely say that for me, for Bud, I'm just happy that he did what he did, coming from where he came from, not a big city, Omaha. I was screaming Omaha all night.
Yeah, and I think that's I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people were going for Spence. Like Spence is from Dallas. He got a lot of people. I saw a lot of people that was from Dallas that was with him. The Cowboys are always talking about him. And Bud's from Nebraska, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's not. It's just a little. And he's quiet. Like he's not flashy. And I think that's why a lot of people were just on the other side of it. But man, he got all my respect after Saturday. He got all my respect.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna say this to everybody that was in my phone talking crazy. Everybody that I didn't bet, you're welcome. I know I saved you some money. I try to help y'all out. People was in my phone talking big numbers, and I knew they didn't even have it. So I'm gonna stay with that. But I don't know, man. I really do hope that we get to see some more greats. We will never see Bud fight Shakur Stevenson, which will be an amazing fight, because they're big homie, little homie.
Yeah,
but everybody, there's nobody else really, what I'm saying, to contest. I don't see many other people with the complete package to be able to step to him. Like they're kind of all gone. Like, of course, the big one floating around is Tiafimo. I love Fimo. Don't get me wrong. I've loved Fimo for years. I've been a big Fimo fan, but he don't want that smoke, bro. He never.
I think it was the third knockdown. Bud started talking to somebody in the crowd, and they said it was
Jermell.
Yeah. Now that would be interesting. He said, "You next." That would.
It would. But he don't want it either. Like Canelo about to go mop the floor with this boy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. His other brother was the better fight for Canelo in my eyes. Canelo about to mop the floor with this boy. I'm gonna just be real with you. The only thing that might get the bag of it is that happened. It was recorded. People see it. They can build off the hype of them beefing, I guess you can say. But you don't want it, bro. Like I don't see. I just don't. Like there's nobody coming up. They talking about what's his name, Boots. Mm-hmm. I haven't done too much research on Boots, but I have seen one of his fights. You don't want it either, bro. It's one of those situations like back in the day when people was calling out for and you looking at them like they stupid. I'm at that point right now.
They just wanted that back, bro. Everybody wanted that because you knew Floyd was gonna easily get you 40, 50 million, like
easily, and easy. It's an easy bag.
Yeah.
But for boxing, I was so happy this happened. I've been waiting on this fight for years. I definitely will say this one thing: Spence waited too long. If he would have fought this fight a while ago, I think he would have had a better chance. I think because he allowed Bud to keep developing, keep getting better,
he's in his prime now. Yeah,
he is, and he put the chain on. It was for real. And that shit ain't a lie. But I'm gonna say this: shout out to my boy Bud. I know you don't know me. You will know me soon. Promise you. But I've been rocking with you since Jump Street. I got a lot of boys that's been rocking with you, and I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy where you came from. I'm very happy what you've done, and honestly, I'm very happy that you hold yourself as a respectable champion. You don't get a lot of those nowadays. You get a lot of kids, even men, that get to that point and they get cocky as shit. They talk a lot of shit, and then and they're disrespectful. And one thing about Bud, I've never really seen him be disrespectful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless somebody disrespects him.
He's real confident in just the way he talks and the way he's like approaching it. Like, it's not like a conceited way. You can just tell he's like confident in his work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even at the weigh-in, he was just like, okay, we're gonna see on Saturday. Like, we're gonna see.
We'll see.
That's all he was saying. Like, he wasn't even raising his voice about it. Like,
and even in the video in 2019, because remember they've been talking about this in 2019.
Yeah.
In 2019, he told Earl. So when I stop you, what they gonna say? You weak, you was tired, you was this, you was that. And at that point, I feel like at that point, Spence had a better fighter's chance because he was in way better shape. But all these fights have shown that he at the end of the day in boxing, you gotta have a chin when you're going up against the greatest, because you're gonna get touched. That you ain't fighting no person coming up that's trying to beat you. You fighting somebody that's been there and established. You're going to get touched. And if you can't take a punch, you might as well just keep fighting these other upcomers and get your money like that, because you go fight somebody like this and now you want to go get a rematch. Sorry, my boy. Like, I don't see it happening. Like,
well, we got the fight that we wanted.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think I need to see it again, respectfully.
I don't. But you want to know something? I will say this. I did love all the other antics around the fight.
There was so much going on.
Black smack. You didn't even notice too. Jamel Charlo's ex-wife got beat up.
Yeah, there was so much going on with that fight, man.
So much.
Yeah.
But that's why I love boxing compared to UFC. Sometimes, these fights they're very more of a toss-up. You really don't know what's going to happen. And then when it happens, it's crazy when your point is proven. And then also, speaking of UFC, there was some crazy good fights. Just, touch on that. I did lose on that Dustin Poirier Gaethje fight. I'm a Poirier guy. The funny thing is, watching that knockout, I don't even think Justin Gaethje knew he was going to throw that kick. And it was crazy. Derek Lewis had a big win. I love that for him. The Black Beast, that was amazing. I didn't get to watch. Yeah, I didn't get to watch it yet. I haven't got to that yet, which I am. But I know he's funny as hell. So I couldn't even. Yeah. I did see him take his shorts off and hit the. That's why I love him, bro. Yeah. I love him. But I will say that in a whole, all fights this weekend were good. I enjoyed watching every single one. I didn't watch the Alex Pereira Behemovich. I can't remember his name. I can never say his name. I didn't watch that fight much because that was on during the time that the Bud fight was on. So I did see that Pereira won, but when I kept glancing down, it didn't seem like it was too much of a like a unanimous decision. It seemed like it could have been a lot closer, but hey, that's a difference. But it's crazy to even see a card like that in UFC was still getting trumped by a boxing match, and I'm happy to see that.
Boxing, but when there's a big fight in boxing, like everybody gets together. Like you said, you was at a party watching it. It's just fight night is one of the best. Like, it really is. It's like the Super Bowl, but it's also there's not many of them. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of fights that actually get everybody's attention, and this one actually had everybody's attention. So respect that.
But before we get away from that, speaking of that fight this weekend, I do want to apologize to my boy Ralphie. I was supposed to go to his house. I got a little too drunk. Couldn't drive.
Didn't make it.
Didn't make it. But hey, Ralphie, this is to you. Happy birthday, my brother. You know, I love you. We've been friends for a very long time. And you know, Rochi gonna make it up to you. But with that being said, hey, it was a great fight though. It was amazing to watch. So
Yeah. Let's get to the NFL, man.
you know what it is.
We got a lot
You
going
know
on.
what I'm here for.
We got a lot going on, man. So Sean Payton, Aaron Rodgers beef. It came out of nowhere, honestly. Sean Payton was just out here throwing strays for no reason.
Hey, but when you shot Payton, you can kind of do that though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you can, but it's like, and he came back the next day and was like, yeah, I kind of feel like, like I was talking like I'm still on TV and I'm not. Like I'm a coach now. Like I can't be talking about who was here before, So
yeah.
What you think, man? Was that crazy to you? I just felt like it just came out of nowhere for him.
I like it because the buildup it created. It's gonna create some buzz around that fight. It's gonna make it to the point where now that fight means a little more than just that fight. I'm sorry, that game. I like it because it's entertaining. It's funny. It's one of those things. And the craziest shit is it's funny because this is why I love A-Rod. The coach didn't even say nothing back. A-Rod
he's like, I got
don't worry, coach. Don't worry, coach. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, little homie. I got you. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna make some fireworks in that week. And I'm definitely here for it all.
Yeah, I got that circle for sure. I got it
easily. Yeah. Easily. Don't worry. I'll probably be flying down to you so we can watch that one
gotta
together.
See that. Gotta see that one.
Yeah, because that's about to be live, and I am super ready. Honestly, I'm just ready for football, man.
Me too, man.
Anybody knows that watch this channel, yes, we talk about every sports, but football is us. That's us. It's what we do. It's what we talk about. That's what I do. I've loved football for years, and I'm just so happy it's back, man. I literally get like withdrawals when football goes away. I get so antsy. I just wish other things, which is cool because after football is basketball, which is also my second love. But it's actually crazy. Basketball was my first love growing up, as we know. But football just took over just because of the sport and how it is. But I am definitely ready for that. That is going to be a fireworks show. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you just one thing. If Russell Wilson don't get it together, Sean Payton bit off a little too much so he can chew. And I'm gonna tell you that right now.
And they already lost Tim Patrick, I think, yesterday. He tore the Achilles.
It was today. I think it was today.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We're gonna see what Russ is about. Like I feel like he still got a lot. I still think he got some left. I don't know really what happened last year. It looks so bad from the very beginning. Like it's like
I think Hackett is a coach for a A-Rod player, a person that can sit in the pocket and make every throw. And Russell Wilson is I don't sit in the pocket. I move. I do things. I need a moving offense. And that's how I do it. So I think it was just I just didn't think it was a good coaching fit. That's all it was. And I think it's like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You'll get great coaches with great quarterbacks that just don't mesh right. The offense just don't work. So I think that's what happened. And I also think that there was so many expectations on him that it was kind of hard to live up to something when you have such high expectations. And on top of that, he was in the hardest division in football. Let's be honest. Like,
AFC West let us down last year, though. I had bigger expectations for the division, and it didn't shake like everybody thought. But we're gonna see. Maybe we'll bounce back the whole division.
Yeah, everybody besides us. Take it for Caleb.
We'll see. So Jonathan Taylor, man, out of nowhere requested a trade from the Colts, and Irsay is like, nah, you're gonna sit right here, and we're gonna work this out. And they're talking about doing some crazy stuff, like putting him on a list where he's gonna be inactive and he's not gonna get paid, like. They're threatening with some crazy stuff right now, and I don't know where it's gonna go. But man, that's a big.
I don't even understand where that came from. Like I can't even understand. Like my dude. Honestly, you're not in this class of running backs not getting paid. They finna give you the back.
Are you sure? I mean,
Oh, I
everybody else.
promise you. I promise you.
Oh,
When
man,
his
I
extension
don't
comes
know.
up, if he well now it's different because of what
Yeah, I
happened.
don't know.
If he didn't say nothing, I promise you, he would have got the bag. There's no way you have a season you had prior and have that and then keep playing and they know they're in rebuild mode and they want to lose their workhorse. You're tripping.
Yeah,
They finna give you the bag. Like, let's be honest here. Because what if AR-15 don't pan out? They not gonna try to lose you and have him. You know what I'm saying? They need you.
yeah,
And I honestly, one thing I did think about when it came up was that whole Zoom meeting with all the running backs. This could be him standing for his boys. You know what I'm saying? This could be him, like, look, if you ain't gonna appreciate one of us, you ain't gonna appreciate none of us. So I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm appreciated. And I low key respect that. I low key respect that because at the end of the day, if you ain't got friends that's down for a ride for you, who you got?
the Colts are always been like a well organized team, and I feel like it's a good situation for him. So like, yes, you want to get traded, but I feel like they kind of built this offense around him, and maybe it's changing now with AR-15 coming in. But yeah, man, I don't know. He ran for 2,000 yards, man. Like,
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. Like, um, it's nuts to me that happened. Honestly,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
But you want to know something? One thing I've noticed about everything right now that's going on in sports, it's always some random shit happening, bro. Like, it's so weird, bro. like,
yeah.
like, like what's going on here, bro? Like, look, you
First,
can
yeah,
even
first
you can
week.
even look right now at his career stats. What he's been in the league, 3 years,
Yeah,
right? He already has 756 carries for 3,841 yards.
it's
He
crazy.
he missed last year, he missed the 1,000 yard mark, but at the end of the day, we know what they were dealing with. But even you take away that 861 yards he had last year, that is pretty much a hair under 3,000 yards in 2 seasons, bro. How you think you ain't finna get the bag, my boy? Like, come on, my boy.
We're gonna see where it goes. I just I feel like with running backs right now, everybody's you know trying to get cheap labor basically.
And
That's
that
basically what they're doing.
sucks, bro. And that is sad to see. That is so sad to see because for me, it's like, why would you guys always be trying to strive for cheap labor? They're putting their bodies on the line. You know what I'm saying? They're putting everything on the line. They get hit like we talked about this last. They get hit the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Every time you turn around, they getting popped. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's not fair. And it sucks because this is what I like to call the Patrick Mahomes effect, where everybody thinks the quarterback is the most important thing. But at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is a different breed. If you have a quarterback that's a rookie and you can't please your running back, your rookie finna get beat up.
yeah.
Beat up.
You got to have a quarterback. You have to have one, but also yeah, you got to have a solid back. I see Joe Burrow also got hurt right before he's
That's
about to
sad to
get his
see.
bag. Did you see that? He hopped
Yeah,
off.
that
I
was
was
sad to
afraid it
see.
was his Achilles, man. I was like, oh damn.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was bad.
Yeah. So
I seen that video. I was like, oh Jesus.
hopefully he
But
sits out until he gets his contract. Because
I
I
think
don't feel like he should chill until he gets it.
I think that's one thing that's kind of crazy about the NFL that happens a lot, which you see actually see more in the NFL than the NBA, and when I really don't understand why. I don't know, maybe because it's the fields, how they're being made. You see a lot of season ending injuries. And it's very weird because these guys priming their body, they're working out, they're doing what they have to do. It's like it's really weird how they just come about. Like I really can't tell
Yeah,
you
I feel like they're working
how
out maybe too much. I don't know. Like
that
maybe the body
that
can't handle it. Like they're
that could
pushing the
that could
body.
be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a thing. If
Yeah.
you do that is known. You put too much stress on your body, you don't give it a chance to rest.
Yep.
That could be a thing. I think that's what happened to Saquon when Saquon got hurt because
Mm-hmm.
he used to work out like a freaking madman. But I don't know. Maybe you just gotta find the balance. Honestly, go with the Tom Brady effect. Tom Brady in the offseason, like he don't be lifting too much weights. He does a lot of plyo and a lot of things. When he was in the league, he figured out a way to preserve his body right. Maybe we need to start tapping that man's line to see what's going on. because he always tends to make it to the regular season. I've never seen him with the off-season non-contact injury.
Yeah.
But that sucks for Joe. It does.
Get your bag, Joe. Chill out until you get your bag, bro.
Yeah,
Seriously.
but I'll say it like this: Jamar Chase and T Higgins are off my board.
I can't.
I can't
we
wait.
we gotta talk fantasy soon, man. We definitely got it. We gotta
Mhm.
talk fantasy.
Next week, tap in, y'all. Next week.
So I got some over unders here, man, for NFL game or for the season totals.
Let's do it.
Let me see. Let me pull up some. Here's an interesting one right here. Jaguars 9.5. What you think? I feel like they could sneak up on some people. They could win 10 or 11 games. I think they really could. Adding Calvin Ridley to what they already had last year, I could see them going over 9.5. What you think?
Um, Definitely. Also, I think this is a thing because also, you got to think about their division, right?
Mhm.
So if you think about their division, and I got it right here, their division right now: Texans, rookie quarterback; Colts, rookie quarterback; Titans had a down year. That's the only team they really got to compete with.
Yeah.
And in their eyes, honestly, between the Texans and the Colts, me personally, both of those games, I'm most likely going to end up taking the Jags. You know what I'm saying? So that's an easy 4 wins for them right there. And then I'm not too sure who they're playing this year. That's the one thing I should have definitely pulled up because when you play each division, it's always different.
Yeah.
But they looked good last year. It didn't look bad, and they took the Chiefs on the brink. They almost beat the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? They look good, and they have a very good offense. Their coach is a great coach. Peterson's a good coach. I think that he'll put them in the position. Actually really believe that 9.5 is good. It will definitely. The crazy shit is, it's like we got a 17 game season. You only gave them 9.5 wins. That's kind of
Yeah.
that's kind of low key. That's low key fucked up.
Yeah.
But that's a bet I'm taking, to be honest with you. And I really believe that Trevor Lawrence, aka Sunshine, um,
He's good, man.
yes,
He
and I
took a big step last year. He did.
Yep. And I think adding Calvin really gives them something they didn't
Yeah.
have besides Zay Jones. It gives them a receiver that can be dominant and can be looked at and can be, focused on. And I think that I'm fully on board. It's kind of matters what their defense does. Their defense wasn't that good last year.
He wasn't. Yeah.
That's the one thing that I will say. Let's hopefully, and they didn't really bring in too many defensive pieces, so hopefully, just maybe a second year in their defensive system, it'll be good. But I believe in that. I can definitely take that 9.5. I
You
would
take
definitely
that?
take
You
that.
take over?
Yeah, hell yeah, easily. That's easy money right there. I definitely say
Okay.
that's easy money.
See, Minnesota Vikings 8.5. Like for a team that won a division last year, I know they won a lot of close games, so I can
Yeah,
understand why Vegas is saying they're going to take a step back. Because when you win a lot of close games, the next year it normally goes the opposite way. That's what happened with the Raiders. They won a lot
yeah,
of close games the year we went to the playoffs, and then
yep,
last year we lost a lot of close games.
yep.
But 8.5 for Minnesota. What you think?
I think that's playing them right there. To be
Yeah,
honest, A
yeah.
Rod gone, so that division should
Somebody
be
has to win it.
theirs.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody got to win it. I like Justin Fields, but the Bears defense ain't the same. Let's just be honest there. And the Lions is probably going to be their biggest, toughest competition. But I also feel that I think that 8.5 is the fact that they lost Dalvin, and a lot of these analysts and people that do these numbers probably don't believe in Alexander Madison too much. But I see it happening. You don't have the number one rated receiver and only think you get 8.5 wins. But this is a lot of thing of who they're playing,
yeah.
and I think that's something that I should definitely look up. But that's the thing, and that is the thing for me that I feel that is going to be the thing. We also do play them, and also shout out to the Vikings. I do want to say my boy Chris Ledoux, his brother-in-law, plays safety for the Vikings. We will be seeing him. Shout out him for giving us these field passes. That is amazing. So I'll be out there on the field getting to really get a feel of it. But I want to say shout out to Josh Metellus. I probably butchering your name, bro. My bad. but he hooked us up. Me and all our boys, even though we're Raider fans, field passes. We get to go down there during their warm ups and meet him, and hopefully I can meet Devontae. And then also I did remember when how I met Marcus. I told him I was going to be there, so he's definitely said he'll come down and give us some love. I'm gonna definitely, hopefully, if I can get a quick little interview, maybe. But if not, it's all good. But I believe in them. I think they're gonna do okay. I don't. The only thing I just don't like is they didn't add too much on the defensive backside besides Byron Murphy, who is a great corner. But I think that can only be their only little issue that they have, because last year that was their problem. Even though they were winning close games, these close games were freaking 40, 30, 50 hella points. You know what I'm saying? And they was having to outscore everybody. You can only do that so much.
Yeah, they won a lot of close games. So like that's the thing for me is like one also too is they added Jordan Addison from USC. I think I really liked him coming out the draft. But are they going to force it to Justin Jefferson all the time, or like are they going to get some other people involved? I feel like that got him in trouble a little bit. They got to get more balanced. I feel like.
Well, at this point, they did it last year and it worked.
It worked.
Boy, catching one-handed passes in the middle of three people and shit.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And I still to this day will tell everybody I wanted him or CD way more than I wanted Henry. I was so mad. I broke my phone when we drafted Henry, knowing those two were still on the board. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. That's how mad I was, because I seen his potential and I seen his size and I seen what he can do, and then just to watch both of them pass us and we get the dude that's on house arrest. I don't know, man, and it sucks but the one thing I will say is I'm kind of happy we didn't, because I don't know if we would have been able to get Devontae. I don't think Devontae would have came in that sense, because somebody would have had to eat the bag. And we would do both. Jordan Addison, I don't know much about, but I've heard great things. I've been watching a lot of camp video, and he's been doing good. I do like it. I watched the clip of today to him breaking off some cornerback. That shit was crazy. Yeah, nice. But at the end of the day, one thing about Kirk Cousins is he can throw the ball. He gonna make some mistakes, but he gonna force it to his guy.
Yeah,
and that's his guy. So.
Let me give you one more. Should we pull up the Niners over under? let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Nah, go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
11.5 is the number for the Niners. That's a lot of. Honestly, on the board, I don't see, besides the Chiefs, I don't see anybody else with that high of a win total. Like they have the Eagles at 10.5. But 11.5 is a lot of, and that's not even me coming at them like, no way. Like they could do it, but man, I don't know. That's a lot of wins for them. What you think? And I actually haven't looked at their schedule, so I can't say.
I'm looking at it right now. So
the Rams should be 2 wins.
They're playing the NFC East.
Ooh. That's interesting.
God, this is gonna pain me so much, bro.
That's a lot of wins.
I could see it happening.
Yeah,
because I'm looking at. They got week 1 Pittsburgh, Rams week 2, Giants week 3, Arizona week 4. I feel like that's straight 4 wins, to be honest. I do see Dallas maybe giving them a little bit of a fit, just because defensively Dallas is good. Honestly, for me though, it kind of matters who. I got to figure out this quarterback situation. You cannot sit here and just kind of play a quarterback carousel. Y'all got lucky last year in my eyes, to be honest, with that whole quarterback situation. How they kept going down and y'all kept being good. But you got to figure it out. And with that being said, because somebody has to know they have the job. You got to know who you're playing with, who's throwing you the ball, who's controlling the offense, and how you really just want things to go. Because if you sit here and just pretty much play this quarterback game, that's gonna hurt you. Especially for me, like if Sam Darnold is your quarterback, y'all tripping.
Well,
Y'all
yeah,
boys getting 10 wins.
I could easily see them. Honestly, I could see them trading Trey before the season starts. I could easily see it happening.
But to who?
But the reason why I'm saying that is Purdy does exactly what Shanahan needs him to do. He just, you know what I mean. He's not trying to go off script or anything like that. Like he just delivers it to Debo and Kittle. Like he does exactly what Shanahan needs him to do. And I feel like Trey, he can bring something different, but I don't think that's what they need. That's not what they need. So I could definitely see them moving on from him before the season starts and just
Yeah,
letting Sam be the backup. I could easily see it.
I can see it, but I think I know what's going to happen. I definitely think that, yes, Purdy is going to be their week one. Trey's going to be their backup. And just to prepare to see what happens. Also, I can also see Trey starting, to be
I think
honest.
so.
Yes, just because at the end of the day, you spend all that draft capital. He was all right when he did start for them in the beginning. I'm not gonna say he did good. Well, we didn't really get to see much because it
We
was a
don't we
sample
don't
size.
even know what he is.
Yeah, we
We
don't.
barely see the
But
dude.
that's why I think that I can see him starting to figure it out because you know what you got in Purdy. You know what Sam Darnold can do. You don't know what Trey Lance can do. And at the end of the day, the skill set of his feet can be game breaking. And I really think he got hurt and all those things happened to him because of I blame that on Shanahan, to be honest. You running this man up the middle on quarterback dives like he's Russell Wilson, like he's freaking like he's Derrick Henry with a direct snap. Like you hurt that kid. You didn't even let him develop. You were running him up the middle, not on the outside, not letting the plays, scramble drills and things like that happen. Like I don't know, man. But I can see both sides. I can see him being traded, but I can also see him starting in a sense, just because of all the draft capital they gave up for him. Because the one thing I will say is because if they don't, when you go to trade him, you're not going to get anything back of what you gave up.
Oh, they'll never be able to get that back. No,
Never.
what they gave up to get him, they'll never be able to recoup that. But I don't know, man. I can't see them like if he does get beat out by Purdy, like just having that sit on the bench, like that sounds crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. We
What
got
is the I want to what's the Jets over under? Did
the
we look that up?
Jets. The Jets is 9.5. I don't believe in them as like everybody else, respectfully though. I know a lot of people are picking them to win the division. I like Miami in that division, honestly, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, 9.5. That's about
The
that's
the
fair.
the Bills still about to win that division. I don't
You
care
think
what
so?
I'm talking about. Yeah,
They got them at 10.5. The Bills.
like this is
I
Josh
got
Allen.
I got the Dolphins. I got the
This
Dolphins.
is this is Josh Allen we talking about. Man. This man is undefeated. But I love A-Rod. I've been an A-Rod fan for years. And I definitely feel like Mo Salah did really good with their defense. And as long as they can play up to par, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that I think they're doing a little too much trying to get Dalvin. I feel like Brees Hall is a really good running back. And I feel like if
The
you
insurance, I think.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
be insurance. Yes, I get
Yeah.
it because he just came off of a big injury.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things where, you know, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do? You remember like back in the day when the Panthers had D'Angelo Williams and Stewart. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like, are they gonna do that? Or are you just gonna let Brees sit there and just kind of, be in the back? We know Dalvin can't even freaking stay healthy. It's like I don't know. I just feel like you're doing too much. But I can't wait to see it. Me personally, I think that's gonna be the division to watch because if you sit here and tell me you forgot about the Patriots, you are discrediting one of the greatest coaches of all times. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be a crazy division to watch.
It is.
And
That's probably the toughest division this year.
and that's the reason why I would not pick any over under in that division because I feel like they're just gonna beat up on each other.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a beat up session on each other. So, uh, what else? What else we got? Who
All right,
else?
man. So we got new music. Finally, some music came out, and it's crazy because I felt like it was a little slow this year with music dropping,
Mm-hmm.
and people are starting to drop now. You're starting to see now we're into almost the end of summer now. But Travis Scott was supposed to have a concert in Egypt. Uh, and he was gonna drop his album and do a concert at the actual in Egypt, and obviously it got canceled. Like there was no way he was gonna be able to get that
Yeah.
off. But I did get a chance to listen to it a little bit. I did see Post Malone drop something. I didn't hear the song. But Travis' album is nice. I like the beats. I think a lot of the songs, not necessarily I'll play again, but I think there's some. I really like the production of it. Did you hear
No,
it?
I
Okay.
don't. I don't. I'll be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Travis Scott. I don't listen to a lot of these fools because it's literally the production be amazing. These dudes are great producers. A lot of them are great producers. But can you tell me a line? 'Cause I don't. They don't rap. It's like it's so different now. Honestly, for me, ever since last time we talked about music, I just been kind of listening to a lot of the old stuff again. Just kind of going back to the things that I always knew that I like.
Mhm.
I just been so turned off to music just because I feel like it's just getting worse and worse and worse in my eyes. Um, I will give it a listen though. I'm not going to sit here and be an
Yeah,
ass.
you gotta give it a try. Give it a
Yeah,
try.
yeah,
He has a lot
I
of
do.
features on there. There is a track with Drake where he got some beef. He definitely said some bars in there for Pharrell and for Push as well. So
Yeah, well, I feel like that beef is going to be forever. I feel like that's one beef where Drake kind of feel like he didn't completely sun the person in the
yeah,
beef.
he's mad. He's mad that
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So he's always gonna have something to say. But
But he should have responded in the moment. And if you can't, which he decided not to, cool. But
yeah,
you can't be 2 years later. We still, you know what I
we
mean?
still talk about this shit.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, man. I don't know. Like
Give
it's
it a
it's
try.
very hard. It's very
Give it
hard. I will. I will. I'll turn it on. I will. But right now I'm enjoying. I actually went back into my old Meek Mill mode. I've been listening to a lot of the old Meek Mill. I've
Okay.
always Meek Mill. He's always made me feel, like, a person from the struggle that talks about some real that people really don't get too much credit for because of the beef he had with Drake, and how that kind of, dampened his career. But I've been going back to the well of what I like, and that's just putting me in a better headspace. Music for me is a very big release on top of not just doing it, but um, listening to it. And listening to it because being an artist and being able to listen to music, you get a different appreciation and you get a different understanding. Because for me, the main reason why I don't listen to the Travis Scotts and all these fools sometimes because I know what they do. Hey, yo, turn the beat on. All right, that's a hit. I'm Travis Scott. That's a hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm Lil Uzi. I'm gonna sit here and scream and do my stupid that. And it's crazy. I don't care what people say. People can be mad at me. People can say whatever the fuck they want. Like I'm being real. Like that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? There's no more really, really. People sitting down writing shit. People really putting their heart into it. They just kind of using their name and their fame in the game to make a bag. And and the thing that sucks is the newer generation is eating this shit up like it's fresh mac and cheese out the oven, bro. Like is they just over here gobbling it up like and I don't know, man. I think I'm older,
Yeah.
so
Well, I know a lot of those songs. I mean, they're just not for us. You know what I mean? Like he's not talking to us. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But I do like I said, I do like the production of it. And he definitely brought everybody out on that album. So respect to that. But I really want to know what what that concert would have been like if he would have been able to get that done. That'd have been
Would have
crazy.
known. Is it? I think is that his first concert since the accident?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it would have been.
that would have been crazy. That would be crazy to see.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Uh, um. Speaking of music, I want to talk about the Cardi B throwing the mic at the girl.
Yeah. So okay, so I saw the whole video. The first time I saw it, she just
Mhm.
threw it. She just threw the mic, and I was like, "Damn, okay, yeah, she got hit with water." But now I'm
Yeah,
seeing actual videos of her saying,
hit
"Hey,
me with water.
hit me with water." She's asking for it.
Yeah, It's like now you mad. I seen that too. I was on her side until I seen that shit.
Yeah. Well, somebody's about to get a bag for sure. Because,
hey,
you
I'm
know,
suing her ass. Don't let me be in the crowd again. On
somebody.
me.
Yeah,
On me. I'm gonna need that Bodak yellow check. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
she
need
wasn't
that.
playing though. She threw that thing.
Hey, she from New York. Yeah, I said she from New York. You know what I'm
Yeah, she
saying?
don't play.
But that's still one of those situations where you can't tell somebody to do something, be mad when they do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's I don't know what to say to you, but that shit was fucking funny. Nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
with the left.
she threw that shit with vigor.
Yeah,
I remember somebody had said something like the A's need to go side to side Cardi B to a contract.
could be a relief pitcher. She not playing.
Oh, that shit had me is still in cheers, bro. Oh my god, bro. But I definitely before we wrap and move on, what else we got on the palette? Was that it today? Was that for today? Okay, but before we move on, I know we did kind of breeze through the over and unders for football. I definitely wanted to touch on these injuries. I know we kind of talked about it, but the Joe Burrow, the Tim Patricks, the things like those instances, it really, really sucks to see that.
Yeah.
It really, really sucks to see players like that. And I'm not talking about for fantasy. I'm not talking about for anything. It just sucks for a livelihood because, like me, the Tim Patrick one is a big thing for me. He just came off of ACL the year before. Then you come back into him and it's your freaking Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel bad for the guy. Like I really feel it's such crazy, and I think that's the main reason why talking to a lot of people. I actually had this conversation with somebody the other day about kids in sports. I don't know if I would let my kid play football now. You know what I'm saying? In the age that I'm at, you know what I'm saying? I really would drive them to do other sports. A, you're not getting the bag if you're not playing the quarterback. B, your body is on the line, and they cause a lot of serious injuries. CTE is a real thing. We've seen a lot of that. And, at the end of the day, if I can get my kid to be a bench player in the NBA, you're going to make more money than these running backs anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it sucks to see, dude. And it sucks to see how America's favorite pastime is not being appreciated how it really should. Like, I don't care what nobody says. They say baseball is America's sport and this and that and third. Come on, bro. Everybody loves football. Nobody not watch football. Every fan, every person, everything that you meet is football. You know what I'm saying? And I just really feel bad for the sport that it's taking this turn. And I feel bad when I see people really get hurt. Like that shit is sad. And I just hope I don't see anymore. That's like the last thing that I want to see. Like Jalen Ramsey, he's about to be out for a while. He went down. I'm trying to think who else had went down. Of course, the Joe Burrow thing went down. But I will say this one thing. I'm happy Jimmy G's on the field, but I wish he would just stay his ass out.
Hey man, look like you've been throwing dimes out there though. Like,
Yeah, I hope we get throw these out routes and these sled dimes because I know I ain't seen no more deep passes. Tell you that much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And
As far as having your kids play football, like I would if I had a son, I probably would only let him play quarterback. That would probably be the only.
that's it. If you ain't playing QB, or unless you 6'3", 300 something pounds, then I might let you play O line because they get in the bag too. But
Yeah.
I'm not. It sucks too, dude. Because me being the guy I am, and I grew up playing football, and all my friends play football, and I know I have a lot to offer. And when it comes to coaching, my child or my son or whoever that might come, it just sucks, dude. It just really sucks that now it's such a fear. And my fear is like, I don't even. How much longer is football going to be football? How much longer until they take the pads off and we playing flag?
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
they're playing flag now. like a lot. There's way less contact than there was before.
Yeah,
Way less
there
contact.
is.
Because we just have more information now. Of head injuries and so many different things.
Yeah.
But man, I'm seeing Mbappe getting offered $1 billion to go play in Saudi Arabia. Like,
My
there's
nigga,
so many other sports that we need to be trying to teach our kids, man. Like, if
my
he can get
nigga.
$1 billion, come on,
I
come
seen
on.
that shit the other day. I was like, somebody pass me a soccer ball. I'm gonna figure this shit
I'm telling
out.
you,
I was like, bruh,
it's
I'm telling
baseball,
you.
it's soccer, it's something else. I know it's not as popular with with the black community, but hey, you got to play some baseball or kick a soccer ball. Seriously.
Oh man, I know. All right, but so before for sure, one thing we wrap, I have to ask the question. I need to ask how you feel since it's something that is big, a big topic. How do you feel about Twitter being changed to X? What is this, bro?
No. First of all, I didn't even I was looking for Twitter. Like, I went to go open my phone. I was like, wait, where is it at? I was like, what is this Xbox? What is that? Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on over there. Respectfully, I really wish he would just sell that to somebody else. You know,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah, man. Like, the Twitter community is just a small. It's different, but he's trying to change it and do a lot of different things to it. And yeah,
Bro.
bro, I really wish you would just give it up. Did it update for you?
I, honestly, I ain't even me and Twitter. Y'all know how I am. I get on there talking about shit. I don't look at the app when I open it, so I haven't looked at the actual app because it's not really on one of my like home screens.
Oh,
I
okay.
will though, and it's crazy because the world has gone into a frenzy over this shit. Honestly, I think that's what it was, and I told my friend that the other day. I said I think it's just a ploy for him to get people to come back, for
Mm,
people to come and look at it again, to look to see what's going on, but to talk about it again. Because all publicity is good publicity, even
yeah,
if you think it's bad publicity.
yeah.
One thing I'll give Elon credit for, he's rich for a reason. He got to know what he's doing.
I mean, he got a
I did,
plan. He
yeah,
definitely
there's
has
a plan, and I
for sure.
think that's the plan. I think the plan was okay. Look, Threads is coming out. People are going away. People are talking. I want people to start talking about Twitter again. Let's change the name for the hell of it. You
And
know what I'm
what's
saying?
crazy
Let's
is X is already trademarked by Facebook, so it's another beef. It's another
wait.
level.
What? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah, it's trademarked already by Facebook. So,
Oh shit! I
so
didn't even see
the
that.
legal side of it is going to be even crazier.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Yeah,
a funny one.
yeah,
I haven't seen that shit at all.
yeah. They're going. It's like real beef. Like, they're going back and forth. So
Hey,
we're
them
gonna
two
see.
might as well hop. They might as well do that UFC
I
fight
want to see it.
because
I want to see it. Let's come on,
mm,
put some money up for charity and let's get that done.
I think Elon's scared, boy.
Yeah,
That boy Mark Zuckerberg look like he ready to hurt somebody.
he does.
But that I think that's it's just crazy, man. And it's crazy how that is the big topic in the world with everything else going on. There's a lot of things in this world going on, and we talking about X. You
Yeah,
know, we ain't talking about kids, not being able to grow, not kids, falling behind because COVID, which has happened. We ain't talking about all the shootings that's happening, the people that are dying. Oh, speaking of that, R.I.P. to Spence, the dude who played that character in my God, Euphoria. He was from the town. He had just recently lost his father about a week ago, and the news came out today that he passed away. I'm not too 100% on how or what happened, but
it's
it's sad to see. Yeah. Death is not fun, and even though there's stars, it gets glamorized. People do die every day. I just wouldn't wish it on nobody, and I wouldn't wish the fact of what I've heard. Supposedly it was a suicide. That just sucks. And I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. Hopefully I am. But if I am, this is one thing I try to tell everybody. I've dealt with a lot of it in my life, death and those things. Check on your friends, guys. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know how much a simple conversation with a friend can save their life. You never know what the last time you'll be able to talk to them. I constantly tell my boys all the time. My one thing I do all the time, and you notice this shit too. I get off the phone. I tell people I love them. I ain't gonna lie. If I love you, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. I want you to understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing I want you to do is feel that I didn't tell you that enough. And it means a lot, and especially coming from somebody that's lost a lot of people. I've noticed that, and I don't want nobody to ever feel like that. It's a sad thing to see, but just saying that, you know, the whole thing of checking on your homies, man. Just and if you got some shit going on, don't be afraid to talk to nobody, man. Nobody will ever know what's wrong if you don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And don't think people are gonna judge you. We all grown now. You know, we grown ass men, we grown ass women. Your friends should be there for you and not judge you for whatever you tell them. And if they do, they ain't your friends. But please, everybody in this world, if you listen to this podcast, you know, I'm thankful for every single person. But, you know, after you're done listening to this, put your phone down and pick it up and, you know, let your friends know how you feel. And even people that you had in your life previously that you ain't talked to in a while, it's nothing wrong with reaching out. And that just goes, just, you know, I'm just saying that because, you know, I've been a product of losing a lot of people that's close to me. And I've also been a product of losing people that I haven't talked to in a while. And it's not something that is fun to deal with. It's not something that's fun to be around. But it's also something that sucks that when you feel that you didn't get to say what you wanted to say or say goodbye in a sense or tell that person how you really felt in the time when they're here. And like how they say with artists that die, you know, give them their flowers while they're here. Your friends and your family and the people around you deserve those same flowers while they're here. So, you know, I didn't want to end on a damper mood, but I definitely wanted to put that out there because, you know, it's something that I'm a firm believer in. Is definitely showing people love 24/7. And if anybody and everybody knows me, that's how I've always been. I'm not a fake person. I'm a loyal person. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you the long way. And I always try to show that to people. You know what I'm saying? I always try to show that love because I always want that love back. And if you don't fuck with me, I want to know you don't fuck with me. Yeah. But
I don't want to change too much off this topic, but I've and respect everything you just said.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of viral videos in the Bay, and I just want to make sure, is everybody okay? Because I've been seeing a lot going on in the Bay with the lady, the freeway, like the car going over the bridge in San Francisco, the stolen car. Mm-hmm. Is everybody good? Like, let's just make sure we're okay, man, because it's been a lot of stuff going on. I've been seeing a lot of viral videos. Like, I think there was a lady, they tried to, like, jack her car in the middle of the street in Oakland.
Yeah.
Like,
she pulled off.
Just be safe, man. Like, it's a lot going on right now in the street, so just be safe. But,
and at the end of the day, like I said, like how exactly what Jimmy's saying, you know, none of it's worth it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Please just, you know, understand your life is more precious and all the things that's going on out here is crazy. And honestly, man, I don't know, man, I couldn't tell you. It's kind of crazy because one thing about the Bay, you ever notice it goes through its waves. We have our waves. We have our calm waves. We have our crazy waves. I just think it's hot. People don't know how to act.
Man,
to be honest, bro.
Hope everybody's good, man. It's crazy outside.
It is. It definitely is. But hey, man. So I think that's all for today. You guys, I definitely want you give you a heads up. Please tap in next week. We'll be doing our podcast mock draft episode. We'll be having some guests, some friends on here, you know, so we can go through it, discussing our picks, explaining the reasons. You know, definitely something to be a fun time. You know, try to help some people that maybe just be getting into fantasy football, trying to help y'all out. Some people that's been in fantasy football want some other outtakes and how look. Tune in, because I'm gonna be real with you. The people we finna have on, it's finna be crazy.
We gonna have some talk on there tomorrow.
We gonna have some talk on there. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I'll be honest with you. Y'all notice our episodes about an hour. I won't be surprised. That shit is long.
Yeah,
but it might be too. But for sure, tap in, stay tuned. Once again, I say this every time. I appreciate every single person that clicks any link, clicks any play. It's definitely a love. And always remember, man, take care of yourself and tell the people that you love on a daily that you love them. And remember one thing, Raider Nation, football season is coming. Y'all finna hear me so mad at me. I promise you. But hell yeah, man. Hey, once again, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, drop a comment on the video. Hey man, and turn them noties on, man. For every, we available on every streaming site. We'll be in your city soon. And you'll be prepared. We got a lot of things coming. Like I told you, a lot of guests, a lot of surprises. These games is coming up. You might catch yourself on a little mini episode. Some things going on. We got some big things in the works, and I want to appreciate everybody for the love and support and all the positive feedback I've been getting. So, anything, Jeremy?
See y'all next week. Love.
Y'all checking out. Love.